Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Historic Challenges, and today, this time I'm not going to be stupid and we're going to go straight into the historic market and we're going to buy what's there. So we actually got 3 rare, oh no, we got 2 rare and 1 uncommon. We actually can't afford all of them. We can only afford 1, so I'm going to go with the most expensive, Lorenzo. And I can't actually get Crivier now, I've not got enough credits. So I'm going to get Ukawa while I can. So I've got 5,000 credits left, so unfortunately I can't get Crivier, and he's going to be gone, I'm guessing, next time by the time we get back. So the difficult challenge today is at Valencia, so that's going to go really well. AI are not OP at Valencia. Well, I don't know, I've not actually really done any Valencia races, but the AI always have been pretty overpowered at Valencia. So I'm guessing they're probably going to be the same. So we'll go on to here then. So obviously we played as Colin Edwards in the last challenge. So we've got Spider-Man Melandri, then we've also got Jorge Lorenzo from 2010 that we bought. We've got Kappa Rossi, we've got Rossi 2004, we've got the Austin Powers Rossi from 2003, we've got Dajiro Kato, we've got Toru Okawa, who obviously we just bought, and then Valentino Rossi 2002. I think I'm going to go with the Austin Powers Rossi, since it is Valencia. It's probably the only time we'll get to use it and it'll look right, so we'll use Austin Powers Rossi here. So it's 35% race and it's cloudy as well, so actually that should help us on the tyre front, to be honest. So yeah, we'll start the challenge. So we're down on the grid and they've put Ukawa on, not Ukawa, they've put Nakano on pole again. They really like putting him on pole. Biaggi's second as well again, I think. I'm guessing Ukawa's going to be third then, is he? They seem to put the same grids in every time. So actually I want a soft front, it's a medium rear that one. So there's Kato, where's he? Is he 5th? Yes, he is 5th, so I'm guessing I'll be 6th then, when it swaps to us. Yes, so here we are then, it's Austin Powers, Valentino Rossi, in 6th place. So let's see if we can try and get a win here, but it's going to be difficult. The same front row as it always is, it seems. I think the grids are actually just predetermined, and it's only affected by which rider you pick. Lights and away we go then. We've had a pretty decent start, we've passed Kato, so up to 5th place, we've gone on the inside of Ukawa. And Biaggi, we're going to hit the front before the first corner. I think Biaggi's going to hang it around the outside though. Oh, we've had a bit of contact. We've hit Biaggi. Oh, someone else has crashed. Barros has crashed further behind. Had a bit of contact with Biaggi there. He's kind of goes us towards the corner. Oh, we've been hit by Melandri. Melandri's hit us. And now Pedrosa leads with Lorenzo in 2nd. What has gone on in this race? Damaged light here. Around the outside of Lorenzo. I'm not having any of that. We sat Lorenzo up. This has been aggressive so far. It's been very, very rough. I should probably put the traction control up to 3. And another Repsol Honda comes underneath us. Casey Stoner, we've had contact with Stoner now. How many people are we going to have contact with in this race? And Vermeulen's just lost the front. Vermeulen's just tried to go past us and lost the front. So the AI seem fundamentally broken when they're trying to overtake us here. So I'm going to put everything I can into catching up to Danny Pedrosa. Because if you let the AI get away at Valencia, that's usually the end of it. I don't think I've actually played Valencia yet on this game, because I'm sure I saw there's a new wall on the inside that there wasn't before. Near the Doohan corner. Or they've changed the wall anyway, I think. So coming up towards the line then, how far is Pedrosa actually in front of us? I think he's got away. He's now 9/10 ahead. Lorenzo's just passed Stoner behind, so at least they're battling. I've just got a penalty. That's a bit unfair. We got a 2/10 penalty for going, I think maybe it's going on the pit lane exit on the outside, but we literally just touched it. We did not gain an advantage. So that's still in the game then. It's a bit annoying. It's been in the game for a couple of years that you just get a penalty for going in that pit lane exit, when really in real life that's what they do anyway. So a bit weird, must be said. So at the end of the 2nd lap then, still 9/10, so he's only a few thousandths faster than us. So coming up towards the line then at the end of that lap, we've caught him a little bit, 8/10 of a second. Lorenzo's right behind us though now. So coming up towards the line then this time, we've had a really good lap. Yes, fastest lap of the race to me. We're now 4/10 behind him. Here we go. Closing up to Pedrosa. We go for the move on the inside. We're not going to get this stopped, are we? No. But at least we had a go. We've done that move so many times on the games over the years, and it doesn't work every time. We are closing again. So in the slipstream at the end of that lap, then obviously after the failed overtaking attempt, so us 3 pulling away from everyone else, and we're closing through turn 1. We're going for the move into Jorge Martinez corner. We've taken the lead here in the historic challenge on lap 6 of 9. Here we go, starting this lap, but Lorenzo's got an amazing run on us. Look at Lorenzo, he's come from so far behind. We're going back at him again into turn 1, like we passed Pedrosa on the previous lap. Oh, we've just cut his nose off, and I've got off the track a little bit there, actually, looking back at him. But we've got the lead back, but we are in some tyre trouble, so that's how he's all over the back of me. I'm having to slow down to look after the tyres a little, and that might help Pedrosa stay with us, because we were dropping Pedrosa a little bit, but Lorenzo's now 6 tenths behind. So he's just lost a lot of time from, I think, us kind of surprising him. So starting the penultimate lap then, 32.2, we are going about 2 seconds a lap slower. Stoner has caught us up pretty much now. Pedrosa's got back in front of Lorenzo as well, so me holding up the pace is kind of working. Obviously I'm going to have to pull the pin and go at some point because I've got 2 tenths of a second penalty. So probably on the last lap I might start pushing again, but the tyres are so destroyed, it's so difficult to ride, and I'm quite marginal on fuel, which keeps happening. It's very, very strange. Like when the game first came out, I never had a problem with fuel. I think it's maybe because I'm spinning up and pushing a bit more than when the game first came out. But I'm running out of fuel constantly now. So coming out the last corner then, coming up towards the line to start the final lap, Lorenzo seems to have escaped with us. I've upped the pace by about a second on that lap. Pedrosa's dropped back towards Stoner. Lorenzo is coming with us. We need to drop him if we can. Hopefully he'll go for one of the stupid AI dive bombs and make a mistake, which I think he might have just done at turn 1 actually. Pedrosa's gone back past him, hang on. They are now battling behind. I think I had about a second over them in that sector as well, if I looked correctly at the, if I read it right, the gap. All towards the line then, we're about to run out of fuel actually, but we're just going to make it I think, and we're just going to win as well I believe. I think we have the gap. Yes we did! Yes, we had the gap, we managed to win the historic challenge, and we had, well, I thought we had the fastest lap, but who did then? Nicky Hayden sets the fastest lap at 29.5. Apparently. I don't... Oh, and Chris Vermeulen's out, Kenny Jr. is out, Toru Okawa's out, Melandri's... Oh, it must be for those crashes on the first lap. I totally forgot about all those. It's been such a long race. I was just focusing on Pedrosa and Lorenzo the entire time. Obviously, because they were the guys I was battling with. Stoner as well caught up towards the end because I slowed the pace down to look after my tyres, which was a good strategy as it turned out. If I'd gone flat out, they would have gone with me anyway. And then obviously once the tyre finally died from going flat out, it was the left-hand side of the tyre. The right-hand side actually had basically half the tyre left, but such a, you know, it's an anti-clockwise circuit, so a lot of left-hand corners. And obviously the penultimate turn you lose a lot because obviously you slide through, so that's what the tyre troubles were about. Yeah, that was a very, very interesting challenge. Very enjoyable. I actually did it on my first attempt as well, which is pretty rare with these things. So it seems like I'm getting a bit better with the historic bikes, maybe. So we'll have a look at some of those crashes on the first lap, actually, because they were so strange. So if we look at this one here, then. Obviously, I was on the inside, which actually, when you look at it from the replay, looks like much more of a dive than it actually was. Because I just had the inside, but they were all coming quick around the outside. So we hit Max a little bit. But we didn't actually cause this crash. I see Okawa sat up to avoid Max, and Barros just went into him, and Barros went down. I don't know if that was Barros out the race or what, whatever. Lorenzo Pedrosa, they started very far down actually, so they did a pretty good job to get through. So quickly, I guess it was called a crash. You can see Barros getting back on in the background. Then Melandri goes for this dive bomb. Hang on, we'll have a look. So Melandri goes for this dive at the inside. He just, well, it's nice to have these crash cameras, but they're a bit rubbish because I can't see what's going on. So then he crashes, he actually hits me and almost has me off, and then he just classes into Capirossi and Gibernau. I don't know if Capirossi actually crashed or not. Yes, he did. And then there was a chain reaction crash behind that as well. And also, going in here, Byrne's been hit, that's what it is. So Byrne gets hit by Bayliss, runs the others wide, because obviously he's got a load of people on his outside, he runs them all wide. And poor Nicky gets caught up on the outside of that, because obviously Bayliss has hit Byrne a little wider than he should be. Obviously they've all checked up a little bit because of the crash ahead. But Kato sort of like had to check up to not get involved in it, so it's just what's caused Bayliss to hit him. And then I think Hayden just gets hit by both. Well, I think he actually gets hit by Nakano from behind, but I think he'd also clipped Roberts, so down he goes into that gravel. And then Bayliss actually clips Byrne again, as Byrne's on quite a big lean. That makes Byrne crash. That then drags them all to the right, which takes off Nakano, Okawa, and then obviously Bayliss as well, I'm assuming. If Bayliss, I was going to say, if Bayliss stays on from that, that's a joke, but he does fall off at the end. It's nice that he's the last one to actually crash, so we get to see... Oh! Hayden did not care! Look how quick he came from off track! So we had that contact with Stone, and then it comes Vermeulen. And he just loses the front right behind us. And bang, straight into the wall he goes. Very, very interesting stuff, all of it. So then obviously we got the other 15,000 diamonds, which brings us up to 20,700. So let's see what's on the market then. Oh, so we've got Yamaha Factory Racing from 2012, then we've got Vermeulen from 2007, and the Suzuki team from 2004. We can afford to get all these, so I will. So that brings us to the end of this video then. I hope you did enjoy that one. It was chaotic in a different way. Wasn't so much me causing the carnage, although on the first lap obviously I did have a bit of contact with Lorenzo and Stoner, of course, but I was just a bit flustered from being almost taken out at the corner before. So it kind of took me a bit off guard. But it was actually quite an interesting race because Pedrosa got through, of course. He pulled out a bit of a gap and he kept pulling. And I thought he was going to win the race, but then we started to reel him in. Lorenzo was reeling me in at the same time. Then the three of us sort of all caught up at the same point in the race. We had a bit of a battle, obviously. I dived up the inside of not Lorenzo. Actually, I did dive up the inside of Lorenzo in the end, but I did dive up the inside of Pedrosa first. Then Lorenzo pretty soon followed through. Then Lorenzo overtook me on the straight. I dived him at the same point I dived Pedrosa. It was a good race, and then obviously they were all right behind me, and I slowed the pace down to save the tyre. Stoner caught up. Stoner started getting involved in the battles. I could see a little bit behind when the names were changing. And then Lorenzo actually did really go on the last lap like a bit of a juggernaut. He went and he took a lot of time out of us. We had a second on them at the end of the first sector, and I had about half a second, like 2 sectors later, like Lorenzo was coming. He got past Pedrosa, and obviously he was the AI that was faster. It seems like in these challenges there's one AI that's always faster than the rest, and that was Lorenzo in this one, but he was just being held back by Pedrosa the entire race because I kept holding them up. It was kind of deliberate, of course, but obviously I had to save my time. My left-hand side of the tyre was destroyed from trying to catch up to Pedrosa. But it was a very interesting dynamic, so I hope you did enjoy that one. I am enjoying these historic challenges. Looks like we might be back on the 500s for the next episode, but it depends because I never record them in sessions. I always record them every day so I can have a new market every time. So it might have changed again, it might not be the 500s. That's why it was 2 4-stroke ones in a row, just because that's what I was given. You don't get to pick the challenges, of course. But like I said, I hope you did enjoy that one. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. I hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next video.